Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the QZ Show. I'm your host, Quinn Peplow, alongside with NFL analyst, NFL expert, Matteo Zavala. Today we're going to go over our Week 4 NFL recaps. We're not going to go over every game. We're going to go over the most important games for our fans and, the best teams in the league right now, some of them. So first game, I'll start off with kind of a snoozer, but it was interesting. Browns at the Vikings. Mateo.
This was a very low scoring game. Dalvin Cook did not perform. He did not show up to play. I had Dalvin Cook in my fantasy team, and he played like Dookie.
I love the low scoring games,
Yeah.
I mean, it was an okay defensive game. It was Kirk Cousins and Baker Mayfield they both didn't perform well. Baker missed a lot of key throws. Mm-hmm. It was, Odell should have been a stud in this game. He wasn't.
Yeah.
Catches, 27 yards, 7.
He overthrew him a few times too.
He overthrew him the last passing play they had. That was a touchdown too. Would have had a touchdown. Browns were about to score on probably going to get 2 field goals on 2 drives, but they went for it on 4th down. And they couldn't convert. There was one horse crap call on the Vikings where the Vikings shut them down. I think it was on a 4th or 3rd down. They were in scoring range of the Browns, but they said it was a defensive foul on the Vikings, which should have not counted at all. I think it was roughing the passer.
Oh, I know what player you're talking about.
And they scored a touchdown on that drive. So this game in the 4th quarter should have been 7-7. Shouldn't have been 14-7 at all. Vikings were very well in this game. It's just they scored that touchdown in their first drive, and then they just didn't do anything after that,
And going back to the Browns side, the Browns rushing offense is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, very good team. But I give the front 7 of the Vikings for holding their own because they got 3 sacks. No, yeah, over 3 sacks in the game. Daniel Hunter had a sack. They did their plays what they needed to do, but they just needed to get to that their offense. I feel like needed to perform a little bit better.
Yeah, both offenses should have performed a little bit better. I thought this game was going to be kind of like a shootout.
Yeah, like a high scoring game, like every other Vikings game this season.
Both quarterbacks were inconsistent. Dalvin Cook was kind of inconsistent in this game. And yeah, just a missed opportunity for the Vikings. But they played a good team, though. They played a good team. Lost by 7. But let's go to the next game. Lions at the Bears.
This was surprising. A surprising move by Chicago.
What, for starting Fields over Foles?
No, for doing better than I expected at the beginning of the game.
They did. They had a 21-0 lead. That was huge.
They almost blew it.
Yeah, I mean, Fields to Mooney, that was on fire. First quarter.
That's the future that we have in Chicago. The Bears offense. The future of Arlington.
Yeah. And they did really well in the run game too with Williams and Montgomery. It sucks Montgomery's hurt.
Not as bad as people would expect. He's only out for 4 to 6 weeks. He avoided the ACL tear.
Yeah.
And good thing for Mike. Mike has Damian Williams. So that point
fantasy, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bears caught a break on that one. I thought we were going to lose him for the season. I am concerned about Fields, though. I'm still not impressed by him at all. He played decent, but he only threw 17 passes, 11 for 17. It seems like Matt Nagy just wants to run the ball way more. I want to see more Justin Fields, though. Justin had 3 rushes for 9 yards, too. But only one of those rushes really counted because the other 2 was quarterback knees.
But just if you think of I don't think Matt Nagy's the right coach for him, in my opinion.
He's definitely not. He's not.
For his system, Fields, he goes with more the Jalen Hurts category. He has the cannon, and he's very mobile.
Yeah, dual threat.
And for the Eagles, they're not run first. They like to throw the ball or Hurts to make the play.
Yeah.
And he looked good when they're throwing that deep ball to Mooney.
Yeah, he did.
He
Yeah.
looked great. He threw at deep ball. He threw really, really well.
Throw it better than Trubisky.
Exactly, but if we see more of this deep ball, I feel like Fields will perform a lot better.
Yeah. Like you said, Bears were doing well, 21-0. But Lions had 2 turnovers, and there was one dumb turnover that they had. The Goff fumble where it hits his chest.
Oh, I was considered a fumble. I thought it'd be like an
That was a
interception.
fumble. No, that was a fumble.
Okay.
That was dumb. I mean, if that didn't happen, Lions would have scored a touchdown on that drive. Would have been 21-7 at the half. And like you said, Bears were blowing it in the second half. Lions offense was coming back. They scored 2 touchdowns. So let's say the Lions did score a touchdown in that first half. That fumble didn't count, right? They scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Would have been 24-21 in the fourth quarter. And the Lions would have been well in this game. I think they would have won the game, in my opinion, if they had that touchdown in the first half. It would have changed everything. But Bears caught a break. They shut Goff down.
Their front seven looked phenomenal.
In the fourth quarter. Front seven did look good. And
Roquan Smith got another sack. Robert Quinn got another sack. Oh.
Yeah. Finally, Robert Quinn's doing something.
Robert Quinn's finally worth that money now. Well, so far. Khalil Mack's finally getting his sacks. I think Kiri has half, and he got half the amount of sacks that he had last year in just 4 games.
Robert Quinn?
No, Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack?
Robert Quinn already passed his sack mark.
Yeah. He was a bum last year.
Nothing.
All right. Next game, Steelers at the Packers.
The Steelers had this. They were fighting.
They had this. This game was close. It was actually a close game.
Yeah.
Kind of ish. Should have been a lot closer than expected. It was 14-10, and the Packers were gonna obviously kick the field goal before half. And Joe Hayden was not offsides on that play.
He was not.
Horseshit call. That was a blocked field goal for a touchdown. Should have counted as a touchdown. I mean, he just timed the snap. Should have been a touchdown. Even though let's say they did get the touchdown. Steelers would have lost this game anyway. They were awful in the second half. Their offense is horrible. This is going to probably be ranked number 32. It's going to be the last in the league for yards and points rushing. Probably.
They're Chicago. Don't forget about Chicago.
Well, it's going to be Chicago and Pittsburgh. I guarantee Pittsburgh's going to be last. It's way worse than Eli Manning in his last season. He's not the same. He's missing throws. He had 2 open passes to Schuster for touchdowns. Overthrew him. Schuster's not doing anything either. 2 catches, 11 yards. He's supposed to be a number 1 guy. And
right now, excuse me. Right now, Deontay Johnson's been performing a lot better than he did last year.
Yeah, he looks like a stud. He looks
great. He fixed his hands, which was a big add-on to his game. And it shows too, for the defensive side, this defense looked a lot better than it did last week.
Yeah.
Because
defense for the Steelers?
Yeah, because since TJ Watt was back, he causes a big threat.
Yeah.
Sacked Rodgers twice.
They were locking them down in the third and second quarter. They only allowed a touchdown. And Rodgers was throwing a bunch of incomplete passes in the fourth quarter. And they were hunting the ball. Their drives only lasted a minute to 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. And the Steelers, they punt right back to them, or they go for it on fourth down, and Ben throws the 1-yard check down on a 4th and 5. He's got terrible reads. That's why they lost. I mean, it's their offense at the end of the day for the Steelers. It looks terrible. Packers, though, last contenders, I will say. They bounced back.
Yeah, they bounced back incredibly.
All right. Now let's get to Sunday Night Football. Buccaneers at the Patriots.
The Patriots played very well.
They did. This should have been a blowout, though.
It should have been a blowout by
Buccaneers. By Buccaneers and Tom Brady standards that I have, should have been a blowout. This is, my opinion, inexcusable. Because a lot of people call this guy the GOAT.
Yeah.
It should have been, their offense is loaded. And all he did was dink and dunk. He had 3 medium passes, and then he just dinked and dunked to Leonard Fournette, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans the entire time.
Sherman played pretty solid.
He was okay.
I mean, for not playing for as long as he did.
Yeah, he was
7 tackles.
Next day, he was definitely sore because I heard he was on the couch the entire time before he got signed. He didn't.
Yeah, I mean, and for that, I think should be the RB1 in his backfield.
Yeah, he looks really good in this game.
He's been performing way better than Rojo. Of course, Rojo got that touchdown. I mean, 4.5 yards a carry, and he's really good in the passing game. Like, he should be the number 1 guy.
Yeah.
Off the Pats, though, Patriots played really solid. They should have used the rush game a lot more.
Yeah, they're relying on Mac Jones to throw the ball a lot.
And he's younger, so he still needs to learn. I mean,
they did also lose James White as well.
Exactly, but their defense played pretty good. Matthew Judon played good.
Yeah.
I just feel like their other defensemen, like Chase Winovich, Lawrence Guy, should have performed better. Jacoby Myers played very well against I think Sherman.
And he had 2 passes, right?
Yeah, he did. He's a quarterback in high school.
2.
Yeah, 2 for 2 for 45 yards.
What's it called? Brady? He had a lot of incomplete passes in this game. Patriots did lock him down, and they made him kick field goals. And kudos to the Patriots defense and Bill Belichick for that, because I thought they were going to get killed.
And a big stat I want to focus on too.
Yeah.
The Patriots the Patriots lost by 2, but the time of a possession was almost separated by 10 minutes.
Who won the time of possession?
Buccaneers by 7, 7.5. No, 8 minutes, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was 30. It was 34 minutes to 26. So it's picture the ball. The Patriots. The Buccaneers had the ball a lot more than the Patriots did. The Patriots still lost by 2, ended up losing by 2.
Yeah. And then at the end, Mac Jones. Wow, that was a decent drive. That was a good drive. Nick Folk I knew there was no way he was going to make it. It was raining hard at the end. And 56 yards was his career long. Would have tied it. And it looked like it was getting there, but no, it was not. It was just, I didn't expect him to make it. I didn't expect it to be this close. But lucky win for Brady, I will say. Lucky win. He got shut down. All right, we'll go to the next game. Seahawks at the Niners. What do you think about this one?
This was a very good game by, I'll say, very good game by the Niners.
Oh, yeah, but Niners did lose, though. I mean, they blew it.
But
had 2 bad plays. 2 bad plays, I will say.
But they lost their starter. Their starting QB.
Yeah.
And Trey Lance came to perform. I mean, 50% played okay. I mean, he stepped up. He probably didn't expect to play that day.
Yeah. Did you know there was 14 punts in that game in total?
Dang.
In the first half, they were it was a punt game back and forth.
Yeah.
Niners did score a touchdown on their first drive, but it was a punt game after that, back and forth. Niners defense was shutting down Russell Wilson. And 6 minutes left in the second quarter, Russell Wilson was 4 of 7 for 8 yards. And the Niners kicker was also hurt. He got hurt in pregame.
Robbie Gold.
They had to use their punter. Their punter missed a field goal and an extra point.
I mean, I don't blame him. That's a hard thing to do.
That's huge. In the third quarter, the Niners did also cough up a kick return fumble and gave it to Seattle. Seattle was at the Niners 17-yard line, and they scored a touchdown right there. So that takes 7 points off the board for the Seahawks, 21. And then if the Niners had those other 4 points, it would have been 25-21 Niners. But
the Niners, they had a lot more turnovers, and they had a lot more penalties. They had 8 penalties that game.
Jeez, but they did. They were cracking down on Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
They know
how to beat him down, yeah.
If Garoppolo was still in that game,
he would have won it.
I think they would have won it.
Yeah, if
That
Garoppolo's healthy.
fumble in the third quarter on the kick was
Yes.
bad. So let's go to the next game. Rams at the Cardinals. Or no, Cardinals at the Rams. My bad.
Cardinals at the. This game was a lot worse than I expected it to be. I
Yeah.
expected this to be a very, very good game.
It was
But
a good game, but
well,
the
like-
Rams kind of
like-
didn't show up.
like head to head, the Rams didn't show up. The Cardinals defense locked them down.
They did. They forced fumbles and turnovers, and Kyler Murray's just too fast.
He
And
is way too
those
fast.
receivers. AJ Green, this was a big game for him too.
He played great, and I mean, it also shows how good Ramsey is. Ramsey locked down D-Hop.
Well, he kind of did. I
Well,
will give you that.
for
But,
D-Hop
they
numbers,
they got all those other receivers though.
exactly.
And Murray's using that tight end, that like no name.
Max Williams, yeah, and I like what they're doing with this running back by committee.
Exactly. They
Like,
got.
your favorite,
They're like Tampa Bay. They're like
yeah.
they all
Like-
have weapons everywhere.
Chase Edmonds is very good in the passing game, and he's quick. And James Conner, we see his potential. We see a few years ago.
Yeah, at Pittsburgh, he was pro Bowl
Yeah,
stud.
2 touchdowns these past few games, but he needs to work on his yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, it just seemed like in the third quarter things were going away for the Rams because they fumbled the ball, and then the Cardinals just kept scoring, and then
Yeah, and
it came out of reach.
for the Rams side of the ball, though, I mean, offense played really solid, but they locked down Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess for like Cooper Cup standards, you could
For
say
this year, Cooper Kupp,
he
they
had
locked
5
him down.
catches though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still, Matt Stafford threw a pick to Byron Murphy. Robert Woods finally got a touchdown. I mean, they just kind of played a lot better.
Yeah,
The Cardinals did.
yeah. All right, I think that's gonna do it for the show. Unless
We
you
wait.
another game.
We forgot one more game.
We did?
Raiders at Chargers, or Chargers Raiders game.
Okay, we'll go over that game. I was I don't know about that, but you want to go over it? We'll go over it. All right.
All right,
It's at the
Raiders. They're struggling a lot.
They were in the first half.
First half, they're struggling a lot. Offense was not clicking at all. But for the Chargers side of the ball, though, Chargers look good.
Chargers were kind of struggling too, but they started picking up the pace. They started like beating the Raiders at
Yeah, and once they started, they were not stopped. Austin Eckler played lights out.
a huge 21-0 lead. And then I was getting worried for the Chargers in the third quarter. Raiders were coming back.
Yeah,
And they were going to score a touchdown on their first drive. They did. Then they locked the Chargers down, score another touchdown. I texted Stevie, he's a big Chargers fan. I'm like, another Chargers fourth quarter collapse. But no, they stopped the Raiders in the fourth quarter. I was shocked about that. And then what happened? Chargers scored another touchdown. Then they locked the Raiders again. And like I said, it's 28-14. Raiders lost. I thought it was going to be closer because there was a lot of LA fans there, or Vegas fans there,
yeah.
the Raiders. But you got anything else to add, or?
No, I think that'll be it for the show tonight.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it, the show.
And I'll have to say a few things. Don't forget to buy our merch. Link will be down below in the description. We got the Mr. Pittman shirt. You got the QR code shirt. Spread the word. And don't forget to follow us on social media since the fantasy football is going to be up there. It'll be right above me. The names are social medias. Make sure you give us a follow. Make sure you tell everyone who loves football about the QZ show.
Yeah, because we're popping.
Heck yeah, we are.
Like Mateo said, watch our videos. We'll have our picks videos out in a couple days. We're going to do that tomorrow. So, yeah, that's going to do it for tonight.